Alright, what's up fellow gamers? Back with part 2 of the weapon attachments. Alright, let's get right into it. For the LMGs, the first possible attachment is the red dot. This is a very good option for this gun class because LMGs, their iron sights are generally big, clunky, they give a lot of screen clutter, and the LMGs with the high rate of fire and the muzzle flash also increases the difficulty of tracing your targets at medium to long range. The red dot is a good solution to this, so it's something you should look into. Next is the silencer. Again, a very good choice with an LMG because once you expend your full mag, the time that it takes to reload is very long. So the silencer increasing the difficulty to trace where you are and find your position should increase your ability to get those reloads finished and get back in the fight. Next is grip. This is very good if you are planning to be using steady aim and just hip firing all day. Although I do not see the big benefit of that, because if you wanted to do that, maybe look into shotguns more or even SMGs, because LMG is more effective at medium to long range rather than very close generally. Next is the ACOG. Again, compared to the red dot, I do not see the big difference because it gives more screen clutter. It really makes you feel the effects of the recoil more and just makes tracing your targets a little bit more difficult than it should be. Next is rapid fire. With the LMG's already large clip and insane rate of fire as is, I do not see the major use for this, especially when I say you want to generally try to stay at medium to long range. However, it can be make the big difference in those close range fights and will allow you to compete more effectively with submachine guns or shotguns at those close ranges. So it depends on your playstyle. Rapid fire can be a very good choice. Next is heartbeat. Again, not a good choice. It distracts you, lots of screen clutter, added weight on a gun that's already way too heavy. Do not suggest that at all. Next is the holographic sight. Again, compared to the red dot, I do not suggest it because the base is much wider and it just gives you much more screen clutter than is needed. If you want a scope, I suggest red dot 100%. Next is extended mags. This is surprisingly a very good choice because of the already very large clip and the very long reload time. By increasing your magazine size using extended mags, it will reduce the amount of times that you're caught off guard having to reload because you effectively have that much more bullets to play around with to get the kills and to give yourself more time to get to a safe place rather than having to reload in the heat of the moment. Next is thermal. This is a very good choice with LMGs because it will help you substantially with being able to trace your target because it will give you the full zoom in. So the iron scope, the iron sights will not affect you. The muzzle flash, very little, so on and so forth. So thermal, again, depending on your opposition and what they're using, it can be a very, very good attachment for LMGs. Next is sniper rifles. The first one is the ACOG. Very good if you are very good if you are a good quick scoper. If you're getting close up, it allows you to zoom in faster, get your shot off. The only difficulty with ACOGs is medium to long range because you cannot hold your breath and because you do not zoom in as far with it or anywhere near as far. Your ability to sight your targets and trace your targets at those long ranges will become much more difficult for the non-advanced players. Silencers. On sniper rifles, I do not suggest them unless you're using one of the semi-automatic snipers. And my reasoning for this is with the heavier snipers, so the L11 or the MSR, so on and so forth, with a silencer, I find, although it doesn't say it affects your damage, it makes it a one-shot gun to a dominant two-shot gun, which is not what you want as a sniper. You want to get your kill, and you do not want him coming after you, flashbanging, grenading. So for that reason, I generally use it only on the semi-automatic snipers. Next is heartbeat. If you're a traditional sniper and you're staying way back, or even if you're close range and you're quick scoping, heartbeat is just a distraction, adds weight. You do not want it either way. Extended mags, very good choice on snipers because if you're getting rushed and if you're not the best sniper, you are going to need those extra bullets to take down multiple enemies. And the less time that you have to spend reloading, the more effective you're going to be at locking down an area or a passageway and just shutting down the enemy team from progressing through that area. Thermal, again, it depends on the opposition, depending what they're using. If they are using Assassin a lot, not the best choice. And if it's a winter map, generally it makes it more difficult to see them, even if they are glowing white. So thermal, it depends on your skill and your preference, but I generally stay away from it because the natural sniper, the hard scope, is more than enough once you learn how to use it effectively. Next is the variable zoom. This, although very attractive, I do not recommend so much, and my reasoning is it adds another button that you mentally have to think about, which you do not want. It will add to your mental complications of what you have to click during a fight to prep for a fight, and you want simple and sweet. You want one or two buttons that you like that you can click and master those. You don't want to complicate things. More importantly, the maps, as I've stated before, aren't that big. There's no reason that you should have to zoom in 3 times to see your target. You just need to train your eyes a little bit more, be able to pick out differences, and so on and so forth. Next is shotguns. Shotguns grip. This is the best attachment by far with a shotgun whenever you incorporate steady aim as well. It will make you a killing machine as long as your aim is there. Next is the silencer. This on most shotguns I don't recommend, although it doesn't say. I find it highly affects the performance. The damage goes down, and yes, the range does go down. And shotguns already being inconsistent, you do not want to add to that. So I suggest staying away from a silencer unless you're using a striker, just because it has the large magazine that will allow you to make up for that extra issues that the silencer may bring. Next is red dot. I don't really see the purpose for this unless you're quick scoping generally with it, because grip and steady aim makes it so much more effective. It's much easier to use. Why would you want to put a red dot when you have a much better option that should produce much better results? Holographic, same thing with red dot. Why would you want to put a scope on something that's so much better hip fire? And extended mags, very good choice. Having those extra bullets, being a shotgun user, getting close quarters, fighting multiple enemies, you want the ability to have the extra bullets to prevent yourself from having to reload and just finish off all your targets, then retreat to a safe position or get cover and be able to finish your reload then and fight, rather than running out of ammo, heat of the moment, and then dying for it. Alright, so thank you very much. I'll be doing another video right after this, and I hope to see you then. Clowns out.